So Vantika, this is an interesting question. That is why we are discussing this. A ball is dropped from a height of 90 meter on a floor. At each collision with the floor, the ball loses 1/10 of its speed. Plot the speed time graph of the motion between time t is equal to 0 to 12 seconds. Have you understood the question, Avantika?
Yeah, almost to some point.
Okay. Okay. So basically the ball would be at point A. You will drop this ball 90 meter. So this will come 90 meter. So from point O to A is our standard that we do in class 10th also. So this is a distance of 90 meters. There is an acceleration of 10 meter per second square. So what we can calculate is that this will hit the ground at 30 root 2 meter per second. Do we agree to this? Avantika, do we agree to this?
Yeah.
So what I have done is basically s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is the distance. U is 0 because it is at rest here. So half at square. This is my acceleration. This is t square. So this has taken 3 root 2 second. This travel from O to A. The first leg. Remember, this is the first leg. This first leg 3 root 2. If I put the value of root 2 as 1.4, so 4 3 the 12, 4.2 second. So this first leg, when the ball is coming down for the first time, it is 4.2 second and it will hit the ground at 30 root 2. How do I get 30 root 2? Because what I know is v is equal to u plus 80. So when v is equal to u plus 80, initial velocity is 0. So acceleration into time is 30 root 2. So it will hit the ground at 30 root 2. Are we clear about this?
Yeah.
So this part of the motion from O to A is the standard thing that we have done in class 10th. And now the interesting thing comes that when it will start going back, it will lose 1/10 of its velocity. So 30 root 2, 1/10 is 3 root 2. So from 30 root 2, I have to subtract 3 root 2. So it will go back with 27 root 2. Avantika, are we clear?
Yeah.
So when it goes back with 27 root 2, I am assuming this part to be called A dash B. So A dash here the velocity is 27 root 2. Then this part B, because it has lost velocity, so that is why if you see this B is lower than A. Are we clear about this?
Yes.
See, these numericals are very good to understand the concepts. In physics, you can read as much theory as you want, but till the time you start doing numericals, things won't make any sense to you. So that is why B is lower than A. Why? Because it has lost its velocity, it has lost its kinetic energy. So this ball will go up with the 27 root 2. The final velocity will be 0 meter per second. So now I will be using v is equal to u plus at. Acceleration is negative. So the time it has taken to go to reach point B is 2.7 root 2. Again putting the value of root 2 as 1.4. So this motion from A dash to B will take me 3.82 second. Are we clear about this?
Yeah.
So the first part of the motion has taken 4.2 second and this part of the motion has taken 3.82 second. And from B, the ball will start coming down. Are we clear till here?
Yeah.
So let me call this as point B dash. Let me call point this as B dash. Now, the interesting thing is that if you look at this question, they are asking you to trace the speed time graph between 0 to 12 second. Now, if we calculate the time, then 4.2 second for this motion, 3.82 for the upward motion. I have told you that 3.82 is the upward motion. So 4.2 plus 3.8, that is approximately at 8 second. At 8 second, you would have reached point B. Do we agree to this?
Yeah.
Now the time is what they want the data to be traced is till time t is equal to 12 second. So that is why once we have reached 4.2 plus 3.8, we have reached a point of 8 second. Now we have 4 second more. Fine. So again, now it has reached here, and now we are at 4.2 plus 3.8. 4.2 plus 3.8 plus 3.8. Now we have reached the mark of 11.8. So at this point 11.8 seconds have passed out. Avantika, are we clear?
Yeah.
So at 11.8 second, Haji. नहीं 4.2 ये प्लस 3.8 ये कौन सा? हाँ वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 3.8 ले लिया. सो 3.8 और ये 3.8, तो ये 8 प्लस 3.8 11.8. सो एट 11.8 सेकेंड वी हैव रीच्ड पॉइंट सी, एंड देन अगेन विल स्टार्ट गोइंग बैक. Again we'll start going back, and when we start going back, again we will lose the 1/10 of the velocity. And the velocity, now I'll rub all this. Actually I didn't require this calculation of 80 second, but still it goes on to prove that less amount of distance is traveled. So now what I want is that at what speed does the ball rebound? So from 27 root 2, I will lose 1/10 the velocity. So I'll have to subtract 27 root 2 minus 2.7 root 2 will be equal to 24.3. Is it making sense? 24.3 root 2?
Yeah.
It is making sense. So 24.3 root 2 would be the velocity at which it will rebound from here. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all that we require, because at 12 second I have to track the movement till 12 seconds only. So let me look at the graph. So I have to graph a speed time graph. So this is my speed, this is my time. So time t is equal to 0. Time t is equal to 0, I was here. And then finally at time t is equal to 4.2 second, I had a velocity of 30 root 2. So let me assume this is 30 root 2. So this is 30 root 2. And then at 4.2 second I rebound, and then I have a velocity of 27 root 2. So I get a velocity of 27 root 2. Then for the next 3.8 second, that is till 8 second, I come to this point where the velocity again becomes 0. Avantika, is it making sense?
Yeah.
So this part is O, this part is A, this part is A dash, this part is B. So 4.2 plus 3.8, 8 second. After 8 second I have reached point B, and from B I'll start again increasing my speed, and I'll come to 27 root 2. So this is 30 root 2, this is 27 root 2. So from B again I will start increasing my velocity, my maximum velocity will reach at my maximum velocity will reach at 8 plus 3.8, that is 11.8 seconds. This at 11.8 second I will reach my B to C. This should be the point. Yeah, this should be the point C, and then at C it rebounds. Yeah, this is where it rebounds. This is where it rebounds. This would be yeah, this would be point C dash, where it rebounds at 24.3. So this will rebound from here, this will rebound from here, and again it will look something like this. Avantika, is it making sense?
Yeah.
So basically this is a question which is a sort of interesting question, because what it does is it helps us understand another question that you might have done. If you look at this graph, suggest a physical situation for each of the following, this graph. So this graph is a velocity time graph. What we have done is sort of similar to what is being shown in this graph. Avantika, is it making sense?
Yeah.
So we'll discuss rest of the questions tomorrow.
Yeah.
As you can see, the quality of questions is bit tricky, and it is almost the competition level. कंपटीशन लेवल इससे ऊपर है, इससे ऊपर है. बट इसका ये क्वेश्चन करके यू विल गेट अ फ्लेवर की कंपटीशन लेवल क्या होता है, फ्लेवर आ जाएगा. नहीं समझ में आया? मेंस में इससे डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आएंगे, बट ये सारा फ्लेवर है. बेसिकली अभी जो तुम्हें आता है और जब तुम ये क्वेश्चंस कर रहे हो तो इतना ही डेल्टा होगा. जब तुम्हें आता होगा और तुम मेंस के क्वेश्चन करोगे वो डेल्टा सेम रहेगा.